Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Laura. So we have something a little bit different today. I actually did my first collaboration with Simmers for Fun. I want to say is his Simmer for Funds. Sorry, I'm sorry about that. I'm sure you're listening. So we decided to do side by side townhouses, and the original intention was they were supposed to be opposites. And then it kind of evolved into, I think it was his idea to do like a devil and angel type one. So the idea was, his was going to be black and white, and mine was going to be mostly white. Or no, his was going to be black and red, and mine was going to be white with some black, I guess. Or I think later he suggested I should do some gold, but by that time I had already gone way too heavily into white and black. So if you can see on the front, there's that like kind of tannish clapboard on there. That's what I was trying to incorporate the gold in the beginning, but first of all, there really is no gold wallpaper. And like I said, I went hard on the black and white, which is kind of my nature. I do black and white builds a lot. Not on the channel. You guys haven't seen a lot of black and white for me. But before I started doing the channel, I was just basically doing modern black and white builds all the time. So, I think I'm going to call this the Dark Angel home, because it really does have a lot of black and gray in it. The walls are mostly white, at least downstairs. Well, the main living space is mostly white, but there's a lot of black accents, and then on the top floor, actually a lot of black. I used the sunset wallpaper, the black and white one, which I got to use in my last build too, the sunset one, and obviously a different swatch, but I was excited to be able to use those because I haven't used them before. Anyway, I got way off track, very long introduction. So yeah, this is going to probably be the Dark Angel townhome. I want to say the lot that I placed it on was a 40 by 30, but you don't need it to be that big. No, maybe it was a 30 by 30. No, I think it was a 40 by 30 because it's kind of rectangular. But anyway, it doesn't have to be that big. As you can see, I didn't use all the space because the Simmers for Funds, he started, I should really learn his real name. He started his first, and I needed to be able to match the dimensions of the home, like how many tiles wide and long he did. So I just placed it on a random lot and used those dimensions. But really, I think you could probably put it on one of the smallest lots and it would be fine, as long as it's like longer. It couldn't be like a square one. It would have to be a rectangle where it's longer, like from front to back, like from the sidewalk to the end of the property. So here you see me messing around with the kitchen. Oh, I forgot to mention, I want to say that this was like 115,000 simoleons or something like that, but I could be totally wrong. I tried to make this like use the little, they're not pillars, but it kind of looks like pillars from the outside where you would have the faux garage over there. I tried to use that for like a unique shape for the kitchen, but it really didn't work. Like, I didn't see how it would look right for me to put like the fridge or the microwave, or not microwave, the stove back there. It just didn't work. So I just made it flat on the inside and put my little, cabinets up and everything. Like I said before, everything started out pretty much white down here, as you can see, except the floor. Funny, I thought I didn't actually keep the black floor. I thought I made it like more white. But yeah, I also didn't want it to be too white. You know what I mean? I didn't want it to be completely washed out. And I kind of wish that I had started, and I told him this like 6 times already, that I wish that I had done kind of the white and gold from the beginning, made it look like super angelic. and I almost tried to go back and like change some of it, or even like almost make a new build and then just use this for something else, but it really would have been way too much work, and I didn't have like I already partially edited the video, and nope, that was it's just not happening. I wanted to get this uploaded in a reasonable amount of time. He's done sitting here waiting on me, and I'm like, okay, well, I hope you guys like it. I mean, I did have fun building it. I just kind of got away from the initial vision. But he liked it, and I hope you guys like it. It's, a different kind of opposites, like the dark angel and the devil, right? Like this, it could work, right? So anyway, let's get back to the build. I changed those stairs that you saw before because I felt like they'd be floating through. Oh, so the dark angel thing, it doesn't really represent like the person that lives here, the sim that lives here. I kind of pictured it would be a woman that is like very ambitious and works in like the fashion field, or like some kind of like maybe she's a fashion critic, or one of those work from home careers that I think you can be like a fashion blogger or something. Anyway, I just figured she would be like probably one of those high powered driven individuals with high heels and just walking around like her stuff don't stank. I definitely pictured it like her by herself. Like no other. I had never had any intention of making this like a 2 bedroom. It does have 2 bathrooms. So I will mention that when I build, I've been doing it lately, like when I build 2-story houses, well, except for like the tiny home. Actually, I didn't even upload that tiny home footage, did I? I did a tiny home for a single mom, technically 2. I did one as a starter build, so that a sim and her toddler or whatever could come in right off the bat from the gallery. And then I also so I uploaded that, and then I went back and added like a whole bunch more stuff and clutter and everything. I think that brought it to like 45,000. I uploaded that to the gallery also, but I don't think, I mean, I know I recorded it. I didn't actually upload it though on YouTube. Huh. Please leave a comment below if you'd be interested in seeing that build. It was like a little tiny home, but it was 2 stories. But the reason I got off the tangent for that was I was trying to say that except for that one, when I build 2-story homes, even if there's 1 bedroom, I tend to put 2 bathrooms because I want there to be one on the base floor and one on the second floor, because who wants to go down a flight of stairs in the middle of the night if you have to go, right? So, yeah, I tend to do that, even though maybe it's not super practical or realistic, but I feel like if I was living here, that's what I would want, so that's what I do. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know. I'm working on the windows. I'm starting the back patio. I wanted to have these, I actually put a balcony too, but I wanted to have the trim around because the example picture that we were working off of from Google in the front had like this like overhang by the front door that I couldn't really replicate with anything other than like trim. There wasn't like a good wall covering piece that could, do the job. Like it just didn't work. So also, I don't know why I didn't notice till later that there's a whole like row of tile missing on the right there. Like I don't know how long that took me to fix. It might have been even when I was playtesting it. So the house is playtested. Everything should work fine. Please let me know if I missed something and it doesn't, because then I'll just like re-upload it to the gallery, because I don't want people to have that problem in the future. I mean, I guess you could fix it yourself, but it's my intention not to make you have to do that. I don't actually think I play tested like the TV area, but I mean, that should work fine. Everything else was fine. There wasn't anything that was like super oddly placed in the house, I think. But yeah, I play tested the stuff that I thought maybe might not work right. Yeah, so those wall coverings, I think, I'm not sure if I do it here, but actually, yeah, I actually ended up using those to make like bookshelves kind of, and I thought they were cute. I ended up putting some clutter in them, which took me forever, so I edited it out. Edited it out. Yeah, right there, you can see. Because I used the red shelf, and I don't know why, it's so hard for me to use the red shelf sometimes. Like, it just doesn't, I don't know, at some points I can use Alt to, like, move the height up and down, and other times it just doesn't want to. It only wants to go to, like, the pre-selected heights. So, I don't know. I still struggle with that. I mean, I'm still relatively new to building, like, for realsies, with clutter and the red shelf and everything, but I feel like I should be better at that by now. Also, I wanted to say before, if you're interested in downloading this when it's all done, it is on the gallery. My username there is AuraX22, so AURA X22. I'm getting pretty bad at saying that in videos. I guess in the back of my mind, figure that people that are watching this usually watch a lot of videos and they know, that the creators upload to the gallery. But in case you didn't, it's there, it's available. Like I said, I want to say it was like 115,000 simoleons or something. 115 or 150. I know, big difference, but in my mind, just the 5 stuck out. 100,000 with a 5 somewhere. Anyway, we are working on the clutter in the kitchen. I placed the paper towel thing with Alt, but it just, I don't know, I was having a rough time with that too. This build took me way too long, just like every single one of my other ones. Please tell me in the comments if you think that my videos are ridiculously long, because I do. However, I don't know how to shorten them. The only thing I can gather is that I just have to gain some more experience and have maybe like a clearer vision from the start so that building doesn't take quite so long. I was telling the other simmer this, that, I, I don't think, I don't want to rush myself through a build, because that's going to take all the fun out of it, and that's the primary purpose for all of this. For building, for the channel, like, it's just to have fun and to share what I've built with the community. So I don't want to rush myself and then not have any fun doing it. Like, that would just defeat the whole purpose. So for a while, my videos are going to be a little longer, I guess. That's why my mansion has an entire building series, because that took days. I mean, obviously not entire days, but I would sit for at least like 2 hours at a time, and it definitely took probably a week. I don't even think I worked on it every day, because it was just so massive and overwhelming, and I did it because somebody requested it. And I do take requests. If you haven't listened before, I have done 3 requests so far, I think. And they liked them all, so that's good. I guess I kind of have some understanding of, like, a vision of what should be there. I get a little bit of details and my own idea of what that means. So, I mean, I'm glad they were satisfied with it, and I hope if you're listening now and you have any requests, that you might pass them along my way, because I want to do different things. I feel like lately I built a bunch of traditional homes just because of what I had on my plate. Like, obviously the 4th of July home, I wanted to make that like a patriotic farmhouse. That's on here as well if you haven't seen it, on the gallery and on YouTube. I made a video for that. And what was the other one? Oh, well, the mansion, obviously, I mean, that's not even traditional. That's like ancient decor, like kind of like a nobility's like palace or something. Not a palace, like castle. I don't know why I said palace. But not even like a castle, just like a big mansion where somebody that wasn't like a prince or like lower royalty would have lived, right? So anyway, that's why I was happy to do this one because I really do appreciate the modern decor, but I don't actually know what my like all-time favorite style design is. I'm still kind of learning like what the different styles are called and what pieces and colors and stuff fit into each one. Actually, I've been meaning to watch. I saw it for like 2 seconds. I think I started watching it one day and then I got distracted. The Happy Sim Egg on her YouTube channel. She has, I think it's like 3 videos that actually talk about the different styles and decor and like what colors and types of pieces go with each one. I need to go back and watch that and figure out what my favorite style is, and then maybe that'll be my next build a house in that kind of style. So anyway, I keep getting off on tangents today. We're working on the master bath. This is pretty, like, very sleek looking, and I loved it. Then I put rugs down everywhere. I feel like I have a lot of rugs in this one because everything was, like, set apart from each other. But I love putting tubs either, like, on a corner or in front of windows, in the middle. Like, I hate just putting them against the wall. And I guess that's more realistic, but it looks better here to not, in my opinion. So that space that you're seeing right now against the window, I actually ended up putting a computer there because I realized, oh, there it goes. Well, there's the desk. I realized that there was like nothing for her to actually do in this house. Like, it's totally about aesthetics. And then, of course, I was thinking, if she's doing the work from home fashion job, then she would need a computer, right? And she has a super sleek looking computer. Obviously, this is her style for sure. I almost didn't put that bookshelf down just because of the bookends. I think they're like elephants or something. But the color scheme went, so I just went with it. I really like that piece of art that I chose to put over the bed. Kind of like almost looks like a big headboard, but the bed already has a headboard. The bed actually surprisingly looks super modern, but it's from Island Living. I can't believe it. It's one of those Island Living swatches. Had a really hard time trying to pick the bed for this bedroom because I just didn't like any of the like black/white/gray color swatches on like a lot of the more expensive beds. There's one that's just like super white. Like I think it's white bed frame and white like sheets and cover up the quilt. So it was just too white. I didn't want to do that. Maybe looking back, I should have. I should have made this build more white in its entirety. But I hope you're all still listening. I mean, if you're hearing this, you are still listening, so that's awesome. I really do. I'm serious. I really want to try to shorten the builds. I can appreciate that they are super long compared to other more experienced simmers out there, but the only thing I can say is that, I'm still new. I'm trying. I really do want them to be shorter. Even when I'm watching, I do. I mean, unless it's a really cool house, I will watch a longer video. But if I don't know the person, I'm not super invested in the build or the creator, then yeah, if it's longer, then I might tune out or skip ahead. So I get it. I'm trying to avoid that. At least, my counterpart, Simmers for Funds, he was telling me at least maybe I can try to make the voiceover interesting, which I hope I did. I hope you're interested in hearing what I have to say, my little ramblings that just go on the whole video. I never knew that I could talk for 20 minutes straight, but here I am right at 20 minutes right now. So, and this video is 23 minutes without the screenshots, so again, I'm sorry, I'm going to be working on it. The next build, I'm going to try to step a little bit out of, like I said, I don't want to rush myself, but I do want to challenge myself, and maybe I'll like set a timer and just see how far I can get like in an hour of building, because I know as long as I keep it under 2 hours, I think I can shorten it significantly. But this one took, I think I already said it took like 4 hours to build, which is stupidly long for such a small house. I mean, it's not a tiny house, but it's a small house. So it really shouldn't take as long as it does. And I'm sure a bunch of you more experienced simmers and YouTubers are sitting here like, why the heck is it taking her so long? I got nothing for you except, I haven't really used my creativity like this in years. Excuse me. I used to be really into crafting, and I used to write and sing and all this different stuff like choir um, and writing my own songs and fan fiction. I used to write Harry Potter fan fiction and all this other crafty things, but I haven't done anything like that in years just because of, life circumstances, college, working, so it's really nice that I'm starting to tap back into it, but I won't reach my full potential again for a while, I'm sure. But if you're listening now, I appreciate that you're actually with me at the beginning of the journey, and it's definitely not going to be forgotten if and when I gain more followers. I'm sitting at, I think, 46 subscribers right now, which has been for the past couple days. But I'm getting pretty active on Twitter. If you have Twitter and you're interested in following me on there, my username is SimAuraX. So SIMAURAX. Or I guess you could just search SimAura, so that you can follow me on there. And I just started following some awesome people, and I'm retweeting some of their stuff, so you can see that too, and then maybe pick up some more people to follow. But yeah, we're actually coming up on the end of the video, finally, right? So if you liked the build, please leave a big thumbs up and a comment. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye!